Hello everyone, welcome back to Trev Dog Gaming here on YouTube. This is the game Sunkenland, and we're in Season 1, Episode 1. Looking forward to this one. A new game, just came out on Steam. I have played it for a little bit, just over 25 hours. I did have a few episodes running, but yeah, game did a few funny things, so I've had to start again. I don't mind doing that. It's actually an awesome game. Lots and lots of good stuff in this game. There's lots of hierarchical tech trees to look at and play with as I get plunged into the water. Next to our starter island. Fantastic game. It reminds me a lot of Stranded Deep. So here we are. The Castaway Island is our first island that we start on. We only start with just a little hatchet. Pretty cool though. So the first thing to do, I guess, is to come up onto this island. You can just grab wood from trees. I think it's like maybe 12 times you have to hit the tree to get some wood out of it. So don't think you're doing anything wrong if nothing's happening. So tab to bring up inventory. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. You can see there's lots of stuff to build and play with down the side here. And then there's heaps of stuff to build in here. And yeah, lots of stuff to explore and do. So these are strawberries, which I think are absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, there is a lot of, I guess, better things that you can eat once you start getting some more cooking gear built, and you can use them in the game. But yeah, little starting island, little starting area where you can pick up lots of strawberries. There's mushrooms, a few mushrooms, and you can loot stuff. So if you hold down F, you can actually scavenge lots of stuff. So look at that, that's not bad. You can take all of that. See, we're almost full already, to be honest. There is more strawberries that we can grab. Timber and scrap, they're the two things we need a lot of. So I can tell you now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a base out here, but I need scrap to do it. So I'm going to go for a bit of a look down here and see if we can grab some stuff. It's so funny when you first start the game, because especially if you've played it before, you realise just how slow you are until you can grab a few more resources that make you swim a bit faster and whatnot. So I'm specifically looking for scrap at the moment, and maybe a bit of cloth, so I can get some from here. I'm not awfully far from the surface here, so I can kind of leave my oxygen go down fairly low. How much scrap have we got? 15. Now, this is the question. You can put down foundations just by simply building from the house menu. On the right hand side here, all the metal stuff, on the left hand side the timber. But on this right hand side, if I choose just a metal foundation, we can pretty much build it wherever we want. So I'm going to build it out a little bit further, so maybe there. We might, let's have a look. I think I might go out this way. So I've got two now in a row. If I go back to the build menu, I'm looking for something like a metal ladder. I just need one more scrap. So we go back down here. The cars are probably one of the better things to look for scrap. Anything else in here I know's got scrap? This might have scrap. No, it's got some food in it. I'm going to leave stuff behind, which is a bit unfortunate. Anything in here in terms of scrap? Take the rags. I have to leave some of that stuff. I'm going to leave a little bit behind here. I don't like kind of doing that, I suppose, but hang on, where else would there be? Oh, is there some just here? Yeah, there's some just here. A little bit more scrap. The last couple of times I created a world, I was just basically running straight from the island straight onto the edge. I mean, I guess we could have done that and then destroyed it later, I suppose. So what what I'm going to do now is just simply build ourselves a ladder so we can basically just climb straight up on the top here. See, that's not too bad. And then we can just extend the base from here. Let's have a look. How much scrap have we got? 5. But we've got lots of timber. So what we could do, build ourselves either a metal chest or a wooden chest. I'm just going to build a few wooden chests, basically. I'm going to put it back inside this front area a little bit so I can build a doorway and a wall around it and all that kind of stuff. But that's going to be our main entrance. And in here, I'm going to keep the bandage on me, and the rest of all this stuff here, keep this down here, timber. That's a bit unusual, actually I might just swap these around. Food wise, I can actually put these on already. Look at that, amazing! I've got 1 armor. Amazing. So yeah, you want to get as many cars as you can, because you often get not just scrap but a bit of glass and some cloth from time to time, so it really is worthwhile getting as many cars as you can. Let's see, this has normally got a bit of scrap in it as well. And of course we're exploring as much of this area as we can around the outside of the castaway island. So little buildings like this, always worth exploring. There's a bit of cloth. So this little cupboard on the right, if I wanted more timber, you just basically hit it with a little hatchet. There you go. I got some other pants now. There is trading in the game too, by the way, guys, so excuse me. You can actually go to the trader and trade some substances and equipment and stuff like that. This is a little bit further down, but we'll try to get this car as well. We should be able to do that. So there's a couple of things in the game. To start with, we really want to get our starter base created as soon as we can, and see if we can make ourselves a little bit of space, a little bit of storage space would be good. So can we? Oh, not quite yet. I'm going to put these in there. Cloth is super important at the moment, by the way. We'll leave those in there. Take out the timber. I am going to build another chest. So for me, I just think it's really super important to get a couple of chests made quite early, so you can store gear. Go out and raid as many things as possible. If you want to get health tonics, you need the red algae, which is these little red bushes here. So you need 3 to make 1 health tonic. So always worth it. So now we're going to take a little bit more of this gear out of this little house. I just get the feeling you kind of have to be a little bit. You kind of have to watch where you've been, because otherwise you kind of get a little bit stuck thinking, if you loot haphazardly, you just kind of don't know what you've covered, what you have and what you haven't, kind of thing. Let's have a look. We'll go through now and clean up as many of these as we can. So we'll take all that. I think I just picked up some black shoes, by the way. Like leather shoes of some sort. Actually, I'll tell you what I will do. There was I need better energy, so you see my blue bars are quite low. I really need to grab myself some soft drink. Where was it? In the first one, I think? Oh, I've got one on me, so I'll drink this, and the blue bars at the bottom should go up a bit. Might take another one of these. There you go, full. Absolutely full, fantastic. Duct tape can go in. Actually, this one here, if I put on knee boots, what's that look like? Well, it gives me 2 armor. Anyway, hey, better than nothing. Better than nothing. Alright, I might also, well actually what I might do is put the clothes down the bottom here. Put that over to the side. We'll continue. There's another car over here I saw before. Did I do everything on the bottom level of this thing though? I didn't, so there's one. There's another one. Oh, that's actually antibiotics, which will boost your health enormously. We'll come up here and grab ourselves a little bit of oxygen, and back we go again. Here's the car. There are other vehicles submerged in the water, so it's like little towns and areas that have been sort of forced to go underwater or have been flooded and submerged and whatnot. Yeah, was there anything up here? There is. Can I get that before I have to go back up? Be a little bit close. So if you run out of breath, you take a hit to your health. It's not the end of the world. What are we? Oh, heaps of space. Alright, so we'll go to this building. Now hang on, did we go right to the bottom? We didn't. There's a car just here. By the way, I'm holding down my left shift to go a bit quicker. So I'm using my stamina. But your stamina kind of builds back as you're kind of hitting something, so... Nothing else in here? Nope. So we'll go back up, see if we can head up to get oxygen and sit above the next target. By the way, there is sharks. These are not sharks, these are marlin. And you really need to knock these guys off. They won't hurt you, they won't touch you. But they run away from you if you start targeting them. But you'll need to. Because they have skins and some really awesome meat that you'll want to be able to get. Take all that. See if we can get this before we go back up. So yeah, first things first, just go around and do a little bit of exploring. See if you can grab as much stuff as you can, perhaps on the starter island. Sneak back down to this building. There you go, there's a cupboard in here, a little bit more timber. The trees on the island you can get stuff from. They do respawn eventually. Is there anything in here? I don't think there is, no? Alrighty, we'll go back up. Almost straight through the islands. We'll have to grab something to eat fairly soon. Not too fussed. Actually, we might head back. Oh, we'll grab this on the way back. There's a little bit of gear just here. A little bit more metal. Scrap metal by the looks. Cool. Alright. We're going to head back. Now there's a couple of things we need to make. Ultimately we want to give ourselves more storage, and we want flippers because they'll make running around, or swimming around I should say, in the water a lot easier. Alright, so we'll put back some of this gear. It's all absolutely a mess to start with. What is that? Oh, that's a kind of a shirt. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, whatever. It adds to my armour, whatever it is. Still works, that's the main thing. One other thing too, your strawberries, if you eat them, it produces occasionally seeds. So if I do it right now... There you go. It produced one, so I had to eat 3 to get 1. But eventually you can plant these in planter boxes, which I would suggest doing, because it's probably the easiest way, I guess, to be able to get food, especially when you first start. One thing we want to do is, in this initial area, make yourselves a wooden spear. And I'll put that in my second slot, and eventually you can make yourselves like a iron or steel spear and that, and you can do, you know, much better when it comes to trying to get fish and so on. What's the time? It's almost 4 o'clock in the game. I'm going to try this, see if I can get one of the marlin. There's little fish traps. It was a bit buggy for me at one point there, and a part of the reason why I stopped. I think I made 3 episodes and then I kind of had to stop and start again. But these guys are not as bad as you think. If you just come over to the middle where they're swimming, just see if you can poke them a couple of times and let them go. I think you probably need about 3 or 4 hits and you can grab him. So he's taken off like you wouldn't believe. And then just start on the next one and So yeah, just swim to the top, let them swim around a little bit more. It would be absolutely fantastic if I could just get the skin from these guys. See how he's kind of just going around in circles a little bit? There you go, there's the first one. 2 large fish meat and a marine, what is it called? A marlin fish skin, yeah. Look at this guy, well, he's a bit crazy. Second one, go up and get a bit more air. They sometimes just go absolutely nuts and just take off in another direction, so you kind of got to look around for him, but there you go, there he is. I think I got him. Gee whiz, he's going absolutely nuts. There you go. So, yeah, we really need the three skin. So we'll hop back to the base. We can go around and explore a little bit more of the island. There was mushrooms we could have cooked up and a few other things, so if you look also on the map is way out here. There is heaps and heaps of these question marks. Don't be thinking that there's, say, I don't know, whatever there is, 30 question marks or something, there's 30 islands. It's actually a lot bigger than that. They're actually like districts. So yeah, there's heaps of underground areas that aren't registered by a question mark, so there's a lot more than that. The game, for early access, this game has a lot of stuff in it. Absolutely a lot of stuff. Okay, let me take out the cloth. Put a bit of this stuff in here out of the way. Picked up a little bit of charcoal as well. So go back to the menu here now. Where was it? There's my flippers and the bags at the top. So in terms of the flippers, we need 2 rope and the sack needs 1. So we really need to make 3 sets of rope. So hang on, if they use the rope is 3 each, so we need 9 rope for that. Then we need 6, that's 15, and then just the marlin skin. We've got 17, so we should be able to do it, right? So down here, 1, 2, 3 rope, and then if we come back, we can craft our sack first. So this guy just goes down into this little slot here, and so instead of having 3 rows for my inventory, I now have 4. So that is fantastic. And the flippers, we make these and put them down into one of these little asterisk slots, and now we can swim 1,000 times faster. Well, not quite 1,000, but you can actually swim quite a lot faster with these things now. So timber in there. See, we've already basically filled ourselves. I'll take the components out and the duct tape. It's so amazing when you think about it, how quickly we've actually ended up with hardly any space left. So, alright, well that looks like that. So yeah, it's getting down towards the end of the day. It's after 6 o'clock, so what we might do is take out a whole bunch of our scrap. And while we're here, see if we can build up a little bit more of our base. So back to the home area, let's see. One behind here, there. One thing I wish they could do is look into being able to I think they are looking into it anyway, but being able to move these starter boxes, you kind of don't really have a choice. You've got to put them down somewhere at some point. But you know, you can always take the gear out and then just destroy it, and I think you get, you know, some of your gear back, I think. The other thing we could do is we could build ourselves a metal door here. So this is going to be, I mean, we could do it there, but the main thing is, what I would like to do is to have an area at like a veranda around the whole base, so I kind of want to do that. The other thing, maybe start to build up a few walls, give ourselves a little bit of extra protection. What I would like to do is to build a base here that's 5 by 5. That's my plan. You know, everyone else has their own ideas about you know, how big they want to build their bases and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. This is kind of going to be the corner of the base here. We'll have a veranda running around the outside and some more protective stuff to protect our base. The only other thing we need to do really is probably to build ourselves a bed. Where was the bed again? Here. So we need 10 wood and 3 cloth. Well, we don't have the 3 cloth at the moment. We can certainly come out here and grab a little bit more timber though. You don't actually have to sleep either if you don't want. The main reason I guess why you probably want to sleep is that you want to bring your energy levels back up to max. We can go around and just pick up logs that are on the ground, pick up some more strawberries, which is always good. We do want to do a couple of things. We want to plant some planter beds so that we can plant our strawberries. And they grow so fast, like you can basically plant your strawberries and re-pick them easily in the same day. Sometimes I think I can plant them and pick them twice in a day, so they respawn or regenerate super fast. The other thing I'd like to get, see the bush seed that I just picked up, bottom right corner? That just means that I can replant the plant in a planter box. And you can kind of have almost limitless timber. I'm sorry about this being a bit dark, guys, the way it is at the moment, but how about, that might make life a bit easier. How many slots have I got? I've got a few. I might grab a few of these guys. We can actually make up a grill, cook up the mushrooms. Don't eat the mushrooms raw, by the way. It's like most things in most games. You know, there's some things you can and can't eat straight off the bat. And the mushrooms is one of them. What have we got in here? A little bit of extra food, which is always good. It's amazing that my torch didn't go out, but it is what it is. Alright, so, because I've got a bit more timber on me, we can make these guys, the planters. But yeah, the problem is we need a lot more cloth, so we'll have to go out and do a little bit more searching, I think. What can we put away? That's the berries. These little food cans are absolutely awesome. I mean, that one food can increases my hunger by 50. It also does my health by 20 and my energy by 15. So if I eat that right now, sorry, if I eat it right now, there you go. Yeah, I push all that way up. I can take another couple of bites of my strawberries. There you go, another 4. And basically I've created another 3 strawberry seeds, so I can keep replanting my strawberries as well, which is pretty good. The only thing I'm lacking at the moment, really, is the cloth. So what else we got? You got those, put them down there. Now, you can cook up the large fish meat. Instead of giving you a boost of 15 to your hunger, it doubles or triples all sorts of other things like the energy levels and thirst in some cases and stuff. So it's well worth being able to use that as well. What do I have? Wow, so also my my scrap is down to only 4, which is pretty bad, pretty low. But then look at how much of the base we've made already, which is awesome. So there's actually no reason why we can't even just keep searching at night in the water and looking for things and what have you, but it's just going to be a bit hard to see. The game, I guess, is fairly well lit up, really. So even on the map at the moment, I've done 55% of the Castaway Island, so instead of going out, and it's a little bit cold at night too, which is kind of a bit of a problem. Unless you've got the torch out. We'll have a bit of a look around the island, seeing as it's night time. Put a little torch out. We can see, it doesn't really help you an awful lot, and your health kind of goes down a little bit. I'll keep an eye out. The one thing that you might find around the island too is crabs. They are fantastic, especially when they're cooked. So these guys. So this guy just happens to be on the surface. So at the moment the crab is only giving me 15 hunger, but if I cook that guy up, it's going to make a huge difference. See, these guys weren't here before. I'm back around the end of the island where I was just before. There's another strawberry plant. Oh, by the way, I think they basically tweaked it, like you'd imagine most early access games. They tweaked it a little bit, so I think some of the... you get a little bit more in terms of items when you first start now. At least I've noticed that on the Castaway Island. And you can see how quickly some of these the logs come back, because I guess that's what you're doing, is you're running around trying to get as much material and resources to start your base and increase your base and whatnot. And you'll notice too, time goes super fast in the game too. Berries in there. We'll put the crab in with the other foods, I guess. We'll put our timber in here. So I think while I'm here waiting for... it's 4:15 in the morning, wait till about 6 in the morning, we'll go out again for a little bit more of a look around. Having a look at through this menu system here, what we ultimately want to do is on this, not the home tab, because we've already built a few foundations and walls and whatnot, but on here, this second item down, it's like the, I suppose, the cooking tab. We've made a... well, we want to make a planter so we can plant some strawberries. We want to put some planters down so we can create some bushes. But we also want to make a simple grill and a simple purifier. So the grill's for food and the purifier's for water. We kind of want to go through and do a few of these things. You can see just how many items there are. That's quite an extensive list. All these toolboxes and stuff that you can make. It's yeah, pretty amazing how many things you can make. And there's some things that haven't appeared yet because we've got to build a research table, and in the research table there is an enormous amount of things to research. There's also a boat, so we can have just a manual paddle boat, or we can have probably a wooden sailboat's a little bit nicer. They have storage as well, which is handy. We can always put down a standing torch too to give ourselves a little bit more light, so probably I'll get rid of that. See, it's coming to morning already and it's not quite, just gone after 5 AM sort of thing. So yeah, we'll go out and have a bit of a look around, get a little bit more, especially I'd like to see in this episode, if I could, probably don't have to stretch the base, I don't have to, but it would be handy to be able to at least have the grill and the purifier down, so it sort of covers me for food and water, I think. So we'll go out, have another look around. I'm going to head out towards this location here. It's basically a bunch of buildings, and it's a location called the apartments, and it will show up on my... there you go. Discovered new location apartments. Same thing. You're basically just exploring some of the buildings and trying to get as much loot as possible. In addition, again, there's cars down here, but I've got flippers on now, so I can come and to the bottom and pick up loot stuff and get back to the surface super fast. What's in here? Oh yeah, there's a bit of gear on the top level. We'll just scoot to the surface, get ourselves a little bit more oxygen. Go back to our hatchet. Oh, I probably could have stayed up there a little bit longer. So excited about getting down here. There's that one. This will definitely give us more cloth, being like a washing machine. And this guy, we'll take that. A little bit more food. We're pushing the limits here a little bit, but we've got our flippers on, so we can go quite quick back to the surface. What did I get? I got slacks. I don't know, I think I like my cargo shorts. They don't look too bad. So there's different types of food, different types of water that you can pick up. But yeah, you kind of want to be nice and quick, get as much loot out of this thing as you possibly can. And there's our cloth that we're chasing, so I'm always excited to see the washing machines, because I know there's a bunch of cloth in there to be had. These guys often have a lot of stuff as well. To be nice and quick here, otherwise think a little bit of health going down. It's not too bad. You replace it pretty quickly. So what did we get? We got some leather out of that as well, which is pretty good. Might grab a little bit more soda. That'll increase that for us. So we'll go down. Where were we? Probably the 3rd level now, were we? Yeah, in here. We'll do another one of these big... Oh, thought I had it. Almost. There you go. Got a little bit of cloth out of that. So as you go down lower and lower in these levels, you have to be a little bit more careful about how long you want to stay down for. Like I said, that's so much better than the flippers on you. So we'll line ourselves back up, wait for our stamina to get right up as well, which is the other part of the equation, and we'll go right back down to that level. And this thing is a bed, so it'll have a bit of cloth sometimes, as long as the wood. No, in that case it didn't. Often it does though, so it's worth having a bit of a look. Got another table here. There's another washing machine. It's not a washing machine, but it's something else we can grab. Grab that. Scoot back up to the top again. There is scuba tanks in the game too, which is absolutely fantastic. That also expands what you can do as well, so that's really cool. There are sharks in the game too, by the way, so just be aware. Very, very handy to just keep an eye out. The marlin, obviously, yeah, you've seen that already. They're not going to attack you, but that's a bit of our source of extra food, I suppose. How much did we get? Well, 11 cloth. That wasn't too bad. Can I spot that yellow rock down there is actually sulfur. I just want to grab another car. There's a car just here. Scoot down and grab that. The other thing is there's another food type too called clams, and it's just on this rock just next to me. So this guy here with the red clams on, so if you get close to it, scavenge that. Oh, I've run out of space. I might just throw that out and I'll grab all these. Oh, no way. No way! Actually, one other thing I could do is we'll head back to the island, but eventually I wouldn't mind building a flag on the base, and it just, you pick a colour, put the flag down, and it shows you where to go to get back to your base. Makes it a little bit easier. When you're out in the water like that, you're a fair way away, and you want to head back to your base. You can still do it by the map though, by the way, if you really wanted to. Let's have a look. So, if I put it down, say here, can I build it? Can I build it? A simple grill and a simple purifier. So I can. I want to build the purifier, so let's put it back this way a little bit, so it gives me a bit more space to put. I want to put down a chest on this side. Oh yeah, I've got enough to build that. So let's have a look. Let's put ourselves down a chest right. In some cases you can actually put it under the object. In this case I can't, but I'll put one there right beside it. That's pretty cool. Extra timber can go there for the time being. That can go there, there. I'll take the cloth out, put the glass in there. So that's the duct tape. Like I said before, some of this stuff is just, you'll just want to put some space where you can actually just put bits and pieces of food and stuff. Leather, fuel tank, worms, that's rubber, that's really important too actually. And if I just put these out of the way, because it'll take long to use up all your space. Let's just bring a bit of that out. Oh, hang on, how much? Oh, I've got enough. Okay, here we go. When I want to build, where is it? A seawater bucket, so that's 5. Let me put that in my hotbar, and then I want to be able to build the simple grill, which is also it's 15, so I've got enough for that as well. Maybe we'll just put it here on this other side, I think. So let's do that. So the grill, build that, same thing. This one's a little bit better because you can actually put a chest right underneath it as well. So we'll just put it there. Okay, cool. So we can add a little bit of timber to each one. Ultimately, you just want to fill them up completely. If I buzz out here and I pick up my bucket, I can fill it with water. And then I can come back in here and I can add the water. It will actually cook it up and drop the water into the bucket, and then you can drink from there. So you kind of want to do that a few times as well. But yeah, so we've kind of got to the point where we've got our starter base going, but I need to sort out that front. That's a bit annoying. It's a bit hard to get in and out. The other thing I wanted to say too was you do get attacked by enemies in this game, and it can be absolutely horrific. The good part is that you can kind of tweak that a bit. You can turn them off or lower them or whatever kind of thing, so not quite as bad. But initially it'll be kind of like, I don't know, they look a bit like zombies, but they're called mutants. And you have to deal with them first, and then gradually as the game goes on, gradually as you start to go to different islands around the place, you'll end up having to tackle those guys as well. So what I do is I just grab the bucket and just put it in the spare chest, and any water we get we can put into here, and that's where we can come and deal with all that side of things. I just wanted to show you guys too, if I had a piece of meat or a clam or the crab, anything else, and the mushrooms, if I just throw another couple of pieces of wood in there, you can kind of go through and pick which piece of food that you want to cook. So if I just add the fish meat, it'll cook up the fish meat for me. And then I'm going to do the same with these other items, but I kind of want to put another chest underneath so I can store all the food. Might even put a chest beside it like I've done there. And then what I plan to do, I won't do it this episode, but I want to put planter boxes along here and maybe keep my strawberries on that side, and then this side I'll put all the boxes that contain the bushes that will give us an endless supply of timber. So that'll be the plan for next episode, to see if we can make a little bit more of the base, see if we can put a door and kind of conceal the base a little bit more, give us a bit more protection when the mutants do decide to come and annoy the crap out of us, which is inevitable. So when this is cooked up, I just want to show you the difference between having just normal raw meat and then having something cooked up. So instead of just adding 15 hunger, when this is cooked up, you just take it. If I compare them, it's now gone from 15 hunger to 40, and it also gives us 10 health and 10 energy. So if I eat this now, it's kind of done a boost to a lot of our different food groups, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what we're chasing. Let's see, can I afford to do it? I think I can. There you go. So look at this, just kind of, you move around a little bit, but it just kind of sits underneath. And then in this chest here I can put, this is what I normally do anyway, I put all the raw food down one side, and when it gets cooked I kind of add the cooked food over to this side. So easy. So easy to do, and if you wanted to you can add a bit of extra timber down here to add to the fire, whatever you want to do. So yeah, so I'm going to leave this episode here now, but yeah, that's a really good start to the game. Give you guys quite a good idea how fantastic this game is. It's just so much stuff to do. Certainly a lot of building. If you're after tech trees in a game, it's got a lot of things that you can upgrade and change and improve. You can get better versions of both of these guys, the distiller and the cooking facilities, and we haven't even touched anything to do with research yet, but that'll do it for the first episode. I really hope you've enjoyed watching me start off the new game Sunkenland, and look forward to quite a few more episodes, I would think, as we progress through the game. Okay guys, I'll leave the episode here. If you've enjoyed it today, please go and help and support the channel by smashing the like button for the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can mega help the channel out by subscribing. Alright everyone, thanks so much. Cheers.